Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, we're seeing the markets continue to move. The government doesn't appear to be very honest about what's going on with numbers, and I think a lot of people are getting hip to it. That's for dang sure. Hey, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so. It helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. So reach on down there and hit that subscription button, would you? And of course, as you know, the like button helps us get past all the algorithm issues. Hey, folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. Inflation is right. The numbers are not being reported accurately. I think a lot of people around the world are kind of upset with the numbers they're being told by all their governments. Talking to my friend over there in London, he's like, yeah, their government is BS as well. How can anybody believe with this lockdown and all the damage that they've done that these numbers are as low as they're claiming? That's why you should be buying gold and silver. Help protect yourself. Everybody knows a crash is coming. Just make sure you're prepared. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you know, I have this alternate website over there. I'm allowed to post videos that I cannot post on YouTube. We have some original filming taking place right now, and I look forward to sharing it with you. Right, if we take a look at the numbers, everything seems to be going in the direction of green. Look at this Dow up 455 points. Why? Gold is up as well as silver. This should have happened a long time ago, and we should be higher than this number is right now. As a matter of fact, I was anticipating gold hitting 2,200 by the end of this year, and with good reason, with silver being somewhere around the $35 mark. Gold now teetering somewhere around the $1,800 mark. Silver somewhere around the $23.35. Bitcoin was on a rise last night. I mean, that sucker was up there. It was around 58,000. It came down just a little bit. As a matter of fact, where was it? Because I was watching it for a little while. Yeah, 58,200. It's come down just a little, but is recouping. You can see everybody is in the green. That's where we like everything to be. 7%, almost 8% increase for Ethereum. It's about dang time, Ethereum. Seriously. Look at Polkadot, now 15%. Polkadot's been kind of on another run again after being stagnant for a little while. 15% increase. Doge actually moving. What? Not much, but it's moving. And where are the fun coins as usual? Shiba in the red? Oh man, down almost 6%, but that's okay. I'm not panicking. That's one of those coins I plan on just leaving in there to see what happens. XLM was making a move for a little bit. It got up there, a nice little chunky amount, and then started to come back slightly. Not a whole lot. Yeah, you could see it started to really climb. It was, down here, wasn't really moving much, and finally started to move. I'm expecting a huge announcement regarding XLM, and I'm surprised it's not out yet. That's kind of upsetting. But if you look at the 52-week average, it looks like, Bitcoin and Ethereum getting real close to those 52-week highs. So let's see here. That Plan B was a person who said that 63,000 is where they anticipated Bitcoin hitting by the end of this month. Well, they're well on pace to do that. That's for sure. Ethereum almost at $3,800. And the big ones, of course, that I've been eyeballing. Cardano, of course, is one. XRP is on the run. If you guys want to buy these particular cryptocurrencies, down below are a link where you could buy cryptocurrencies on Coinbase and Kucoins. Remember, XRP is on Kucoins. The rest of these, including Shiba and Dogecoin, are on Coinbase. So just go down below in my descriptions, scroll down, you'll see the links. Click them and it'll take you right to where you need to go. Just follow the instructions. They're user-friendly platform. Let's get back over a 52-week average. Bitcoin, Ethereum, getting close to the 52-week highs. So your main coins as usual, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Hex, Solana, Polkadot. all still on the move. The big news is gold and silver in the green again, moving up goes. But if you want to see what's been going on with silver, take a look at this little bad boy right here. Ever since the beginning, or I should say the end of September, when we took that big dive from the 72,000 contracts that were sold off, ever since then, it's slowly but surely been working its way back up. That works for us. 23.34, climbing steadily. There's either no interest on holding them down anymore, or they've done everything they needed to do to hold gold and silver down. Gold-silver ratio is around 77 ounces. That's right. It takes 77 ounces for 1 ounce of gold. That's how you know silver is the right buy. That ratio is way out of whack. Historically, it's like 15 or 20 ounces. So keep in mind, gold never comes down to the value of silver. Silver always goes up to the value of gold. Again, I'm going to hit my local market up and see if I can swap them 77 for 1 ounce of gold. I'll let you guys know how that goes. So everybody knows the inflation number they're talking about is around 5.4%, which is BS. Nobody believes it. It's around 12%. And that's by people who are willing to tell you the truth. But look what's happening. This is what I was talking about. That great reset seems to be falling apart. It doesn't seem to be going as smooth as they thought it was. People are starting to really rebel. Not to mention the fact that these markets are crashing probably a little bit quicker than they wanted them to. And the reason why I say that is Biden went over and talked to the people at the LA ports. For those of you who have not seen, there's like hundreds of tankers sitting off both the East Coast and the West Coast. And their claim is, oh yeah, we don't have enough truckers. No, you want to starve everybody. You want to make sure they don't have their medicines. You want people suffering so that they'll accept the Great Reset, except for it's not happening as quite the way they thought it was going to. So what is Biden doing to fight inflation? He's having the LA ports open 24/7. I'm sure Gavin Newsom ain't thrilled about that, but let's hear it.
His administration has come to an agreement with the Port of Los Angeles to operate 24/7. He's hoping it will help with the supply chain issues. Right now, there are a lot of stranded container ships, and it's driving up the prices on goods.
The bottom line, we've seen the cost of inaction in the pandemic, in the delays, and the congestion that affect every American. But it's fully within our capacity to act to make sure it never happens again. It's going to take a little time.
Ports in LA and Long Beach, California account for 40% of all shipping containers coming into the United States. President Biden said some companies like
they have a plan to keep this from happening again. Are you serious? This is how you know there's something going wrong. It's not going the way they had anticipated. For those of you who pay attention to what's going on with the Great Reset or what the Great Reset is, then you know what I'm talking about. This is not their plan. Their plan is to break everybody, get you wanting universal basic income, not going to work. They are allowing the supermarkets to get out of supplies, cause starvations, civil unrest. Again, you have to pay attention to what the Great Reset is to understand what I'm talking about. Regardless, they could do all they want. This is either their way of trying to slow down what's happening because they're not prepared for it, or it's not going according to plan, or they are absolutely losing control of this situation. So either way, it's a good thing, but the market is going to crash. They can't do anything about that. Well, maybe if they opened up 100%, and I don't think that's what they want to do, but that's about the only thing I could think of that might help them. I wouldn't say save them, but definitely help them. So to help fight inflation, Biden is having the LA ports open. So all those hundreds of ships with supplies out there will be able to unload and it'll start hitting the markets. Here we go. Jobless claims. Another 293,000 individuals filed new claims last week, reaching fresh pandemic era lows. United States posted a much larger than expected drop in initial unemployment claims last week, bringing the number of those newly unemployed back towards their pre-virus pace. So is it that people are going back to work? Because there's some red states that are open up 100%. Not to get all into the red and blue, but let's be honest. They've been attacked. They've been crucified in the media. And I can guarantee that the huge chunk of the positive numbers in this economy is due to those to the red states, especially Florida and Texas. People are allowed to live normal lives there. They had spring break last year. You could say what you want about them, but nobody is buying the hype anymore. As a matter of fact, you're starting to see people protest. The mainstream media is not covering it, but it's good to see that people in America are finally protesting. So anyways, we have the jobless numbers are down. Initial unemployment claims we're talking about and continuing claims. Here's what I have a problem with these numbers. In Obama's first 2 terms, he did this. I'm sure he's doing it now in his 3rd term. And that is, they weren't being honest about the unemployment numbers. What they were doing is people who ran out of benefits, they were putting down as going back to work. Yeah, that's not how you keep realistic numbers. So we want to pay attention to the number of people out of the workforce. Really, the numbers to look at, you can watch the unemployment numbers, that's one thing, but the truth of the matter is we want to look at the workforce participation. That really gives you an idea of how many people are unemployed versus employed, and stop paying attention to these numbers. I wasn't too thrilled about the methodology that Obama used in his first 2 terms. I'm not thrilled at all about how he's doing it in his 3rd term here. Because of inflation, because of unemployment numbers, because of the fact that we got to open up the LA ports to bring in these containers to help fight inflation, tells you everything you need to know about whether or not you should be into gold and silver. We're seeing gold and silver once again moving into green. This is in response to the inflation report as well as the unemployment report. It's nice to see cryptocurrencies running as well. These are your safe havens, but I'm going to go with decentralized. The more I start reading these reports about a lot of different senators complaining about decentralized cryptocurrencies, the more I'm realizing that's obviously the right direction to go into. Anyways, you guys let me know, what do you think the real inflation numbers are? Do you actually believe these reports? It's kind of hard to trust anything these days. They're either being manipulated or you're being lied to. Either way, you should be protected with gold and silver. And when you do, go to our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. All right, you guys, that's it for now. Again, one more time, reminder, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.